Hey guys. So I get a lot of messages asking, hey, I usually start out with something like, hey, how's it going? Longtime fan, can't believe I'm talking to you. This is surreal. I think it'd be funny if you reacted to some fanfic. How about some Cheers fanfic? Or how about you react to some Cheers fanfic? That seems like it'd be fun. Everybody loves Cheers. Everybody loves when comedians react to things. And honestly, it took me a while because I couldn't find any really good Cheers fanfiction except for the stuff that I had written. So here I am, by popular demand, reacting to my own Cheers fanfiction entitled, Play Me Again, Sam. Sam Malone sighed quietly to himself as he locked the tavern door for the evening. He watched Frasier through the window as he danced up every step and out onto the snowy, sleepy Boston streets. He made his way past Dr. Crane's usual bar stool, but stopped himself. He pressed his nose down gently against the still warm cedar seat. Wait, what? Did I just say he was smelling Frasier's bar stool? Okay. The scent of pipe tobacco and bergamot was reassuring to Sam. But there was another scent as well, a musky fragrance, long ago forgotten, that stirred something deep down in Sam, like a perfumed love letter from an old flame, long ago extinguished. Hot. Real hot. Getting hot. In Sam's mind, he was back in the dugout at Fenway, surrounded by the boys of sinewy muscle and calloused hands who would become like brothers to him. Sinewy, calloused brothers. I'm liking all these asides to the camera. I'm like a smoldering Jim from The Office. Nothing since could compare to the adrenaline of his years working as a relief pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. Relief, thought Sam. These days, I'd do anything to get some relief. Wow, you can tell I really delved into the backstory of the character here. Nice. They used to call him Sam Mayday Malone. The bleachers would roar with chants of Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. But now all Sam wanted was to be back in those hot, humid, curious May nights. That's honestly really solid wordplay. That Mayday, May nights thing. Good one. He reached over the bar to pick up the steadfast mirror he kept behind the counter to check his hair, and then thought, what's the point? Some motion caught his attention in the reflection. One last patron, perhaps, hoping to get in out of the cold and into the darkened bar where everybody knows your name. We're closed, pal, Sam called over his shoulder. But it turned out this particular pal had a set of keys, all his own. Wait, what? Honestly, this is getting spooky. There was a gust and a flurry as the handsome stranger walked into the bar. He stood every inch of Sam's stature and entered like he owned the place. He had a strangely familiar face of matinee idol good looks, with a lantern jaw and eyes that sparkled from underneath the shadow of his cowboy hat. I said we're closed, Sam barked, but in truth his curiosity was piqued. The intruder shook the snow from his hat and commanded in a warm voice, well, pal, maybe you should open up. All right, we got a little verbal jousting here. You can tell one thing, old Sammy's gonna get a run for his money. The name's Ted Danson. You can call me Dirty Danson. Whoa, okay, Dirty Danson. That's clever and sexy. I honestly forgot I wrote that. Nice. Sam felt like he was still staring into his hand mirror. This stranger could be his brother or a twin. Why did that excite him? Sexy squint there. Good one. Sam was already on his way behind the bar, partly out of habit, partly because he wanted some distance between himself and the feelings that were welling up. He laughed nervously, grabbed a beer stein, and asked, well, what can I get you, Ted? Ted slowly straddled Frasier's usual seat and said, well, that depends. Do you know how to make a man feel young again? That's hot. Sam patted at the sweat on his brow with an old bar rag. Is that a drink or a riddle, friend? Sam was used to an audience at the bar, but there was no audience laughing tonight. Okay, kind of a nice fourth wall thing going here, kind of casually mentioning the studio audience. I like what I'm writing here. Sam wiped the bar absently until Ted's hand landed firmly on his. He looked up into Ted's waiting eyes. It's just 3 ingredients, Sammy. You, me, and just a little time. Yipes! That's pretty hot. Sam reeled back. I don't know what you're getting at, pal, but you came to the wrong bar. He threw a punch reflexively, striking out at everything he was feeling but couldn't comprehend. Ted caught his fist effortlessly in midair, with the practiced, calloused hands that could only come from years of pitching in the major leagues. I like that the word calloused pops up again here. I hope I get a couple more sinewies in before this thing reaches climax. After a moment, Ted's grip softened ever so slightly, and he said, you know, just because you're the world-famous Sam Malone doesn't mean you have to be Sam alone. The beer stein Sam had been grasping crashed to the hardwood. These were the words he had been longing to hear. From Fraser, from Woody, from Coach before him. I always felt something between Sam and Coach. I'm glad I think so too. Sam's eyes were wet as he stepped over the broken glass and led his brazen doppelganger to the back of the bar, where they both absconded into the small office. All was silent but for the muffled sounds of a belt buckle rustling and denim softly hitting the ground. Okay, that was too much. That belt buckle part, that was too much. Sorry. The bar was empty until a shadowy figure emerged from the darkened billiard room and pressed his ear up against the office door. Oh wow, I thought we were done here. Okay. The single light left on in the bar gleamed off of his distinguished hairline and revealed him to be Kelsey Grammer, star of stage and screen. Oh, heck yeah. These schoolboys about to get a lesson in grammar. He turned the doorknob and demanded in a deep baritone, "Hope you've got room for one more, boys," as his velvet robe fell to the floor around his feet. Because he's Kelsey Grammer, and he always wears a velvet robe. Wow, steamy stuff. As a comedian, I don't know what to say about this, except for, I guess, follow my Patreon for more Cheers fanfic like this one, including stories like Paul and Norm in I'll Be Your Barstool, Cliff and Carla in I'm Cravin' a Clavin', and Norm in The Day George Went All the Way. Premium members can even request characters or gross scenarios, except for Carla's ex-husband Nick. I actually get a lot of requests for Nick, weirdly enough that I had to start another channel called All Nick Fan Fick. So head over there if you're one of those weirdos, and God help you if you're one of those weirdos. Like and subscribe.